I've picked 4 UK stocks, and today I'm going to show you exactly how many shares in each of these companies you would need to generate yourself £1,000 every single month in dividends. And I'll also show you exactly how much this will cost. Not all of these companies pay monthly dividends, so in order to combat this, I will calculate it based on how much you would need to invest to get paid £12,000 a year, and then on average that will be £1,000 a month. And I'm going to be including companies that are considered to be really good UK quality companies. So you may notice that not every dividend yield is the highest. I want to get into this video as soon as possible. So just quickly, know that I'm not a qualified financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Stay tuned until the end as well, where I'll share a chart showing all of this information in one simple way. Okay, so let's get straight into it. The first company is Tesco. Tesco pay their dividends biannually, meaning twice a year, and their annual dividend per share is 9.15 pence. And just so you know, for full transparency, I have been using a website called Dividend Data to give me the dividend per share. So this would actually mean that you would need 131,148 shares of Tesco to be able to generate £12,000 a year, which if you budget this out will be £1,000 per month. At the time of filming this video, one share of Tesco would cost you just over £2.82. And this means it would cost you a massive £370,099 in order to own enough shares of Tesco to generate that £1,000 a month in dividend payments. And just so you know, dividends often don't come as equal amounts throughout the year. So for example, Tesco wouldn't pay you half of the annual dividends in one month and the other half in another month. They'll be scattered, and the final payment of the year may be higher than the interim payment. But yeah, just note that what I'm giving in this video is the annual dividend per share. Okay, so far Tesco's has hit us round the face like a wet fish in terms of how much you would need to invest into the company to generate £12,000 every single year. Hopefully the next company isn't so high. Next one up is Rio Tinto. They again pay their dividends biannually. It's actually really hard to find UK monthly dividend payers. It's possible, but most of them tend to actually be biannually. It's even hard to find quarterly ones, whereas in the US that's really common. So yeah, this is another biannual payer. Now, the dividend per share for this one that I've got for this video is £5.93, which is actually really high compared to what we've just looked at with Tesco. But if you look at Rio Tinto's dividend history, you will see that last year they paid a really high dividend, and I believe they had 2 special dividend payments thrown in across the year. This probably won't happen in 2022 and dividends may be cut. So yeah, these figures may change slightly, but let's go with £5.93 per dividend per share annually. This would mean that you would need 2,024 shares in Rio Tinto, which would cost you around £124,031. And that is based on the share price today, which is £61.28. So that's how many shares you would need and how much it would cost you to invest into Rio Tinto to get the £1,000 a month in dividends. But like I said, Rio Tinto did pay a lot of dividends out last year, which is what these figures are based on. If you look at their dividend payment in 2020, you'll see that it sits at more like £4.20 across the year. Up next, we have GSK. And they are one of the companies on the UK Stock Exchange that actually do offer quarterly dividend payments. They're pretty consistent with their payments actually, and pay 3 payments of 19 pence per share and then one at the end of the year, which is slightly more at 23 pence per share. And this means that you would need to buy yourself 15,000 shares of GSK to generate £12,000 a year. And with the current share price of GSK being at around £15.50, it would cost you about £232,449. But just to point out, GSK have now cut their dividends. So instead of getting that dividend of 80p annually, it's now been cut to 55p annually. So just bear that in mind. So now we know that, I think we need to do some recalculation. So you would actually need 21,818 shares instead of them 15,000 that we just discussed. And unfortunately, this is going to put the price up a little bit. You're now looking at £338,181 instead. Now let's look at the last company, and then after that I just have a few things to point out. The last company that I want to talk about is Diageo. They pay twice a year, and right now their annual dividend, so their interim payment plus their final payment, is about 74 pence. And with this in mind, I've calculated that you would need 16,227 shares in this company. And this would cost you not very much at all. It's just £590,271. So yeah, not too much. Please remember that this video is a little bit of fun and it's just based on some calculations done at time of filming, and obviously share price changes all the time. Dividends can go up, dividends can go down, dividends can be cut completely. And I'm not taking into account, reinvesting your dividends. I'm not taking into account share price increasing. And I'm just doing this based on if you were to put this money in today. So actually these figures would come down a lot if you were investing over the long term and you were reinvesting your dividends. Share price was going up, so on and so forth. So please don't let this video of really, really unrealistic high numbers put you off, because actually you could generate a portfolio where you're getting paid £1,000 every single month with a lot less than some of these numbers. If you were able to do this with the £120,000 that we saw in Rio Tinto, that would be incredible. But you could definitely do it for a lot less than the 590 odd thousand that we saw with Diageo. So let me know if you have any of these companies in your own portfolio. And if you like stocks that pay you dividends, then why not check out my video where I shared the best UK dividend aristocrats right here.